right. Good morning. It is gray and rainy out today. Hi, Tori. Um, so I have so much. There's so much that was streaming in this morning, and I have so much to share um, from the records and from the All Energies. It's going to be a little different day. I realize I've only been doing this for a few weeks, but I received a really clear message this morning to not open the records right now for the collective, but rather to share what came through this morning when I was in my own records, I guess you could say, when I was channeling the All Energies this morning. It was just really important that that was the information that I shared with you today. So that's what I'm going to do. I hope that's okay. I will be opening records again collectively for sure in the future, but yeah, I have to listen to the guidance, and part of what I'm going to share with you kind of has to do with this as well. So anyways, let me get right to it. When I started opening the records, I don't know, not even that long ago, like August of last year, I received over and over and over again, as you know, the All Energies can be a bit repetitive, and I received over and over again the message that we all need to learn to trust ourselves and to trust that everything we need lies within us, and everything we need is within us, and we have, all of the tools, all of the capabilities, all of the gifts that we could ever possibly need to live a bright and vibrant life of love and service and compassion and empathy. And over the last couple of months, I guess we're going on like a month and a half now or so, I don't know, time is weird, of this quarantine or virus or shelter in place or great slowing down or great awakening or whatever you want to call it, or whatever it feels like for you. And I think I know something that's been happening and is available to us is so much information. So much information. We are receiving, I'm sharing information with you right now. I'm doing it. I'm part of it. So much wisdom. Yes, absolutely. So many teachings, so much information coming through ourselves, coming through our own connection to source or all or records or whatever you connect to, God, whatever it is. Information coming through there. Information coming, of course, from news and media. It's everywhere. Information is everywhere. And there's a lot of great information. There's a lot of great knowledge, a lot of great, amazing wisdom that is so helpful to help us with this awakening process. And then at some point, there comes a time when you have to just turn it off for a little bit, when you have to just shut it off for a little bit. And it's funny for me to say this because I'm not working a lot right now because a lot of the businesses that I work in are shut down, but it's interesting for me to share this because I do feel like part of what I do has brought me income as well. And I'm saying to all of us that we need to just stop listening for a minute, that we need to, the information that came through so clearly this morning for me was that we all need to just stop listening to anything out there for a little bit and turn back inward. And it's so important right now. It's so important right now because the message is to trust. The message is to trust ourselves, is to trust what we know, what we believe, what we feel in our hearts is true. To connect back with our basic needs, to connect back to the earth, to connect back to nourishing food, to connect back to managing our own energy, to connect back to intentional rest, and to even connect back to creative practices, imagination, fantasy, reading, or drawing, or coloring, or painting, or playing music, whatever it is that helps you to feel that creative spark. And so what really came through this morning is that part of my purpose is to not be a guide or a leader in any way, but to just help remind us, all of us, that we have to trust ourselves above everything else. We have to trust ourselves above all other sources. And so I'm inviting you to join me this week, if you'd like, to, I guess you could call it a challenge, but to shut some stuff down. I'm actually going to go completely social media quiet for the week. I'm going to just shut everything down for the week. I received clear information that I too need to get back to trusting myself. And part of that for me is to just disconnect from other feedback. So over the next couple of days, I will be sharing some more information on how I'm going to do that. If you want to join me, it's not a, it's not a cost workshop kind of thing. It's nothing like that. It's just, I'm going to do this. If you want to do it with me, it's always fun to do things together. So I'll be sharing some more information about that. But I just really felt, I felt like I needed to share this morning this message of trust and how it came through, that part of this process that we're all going through, whether you, like I said, whether you want to call it the slowing down, the waking up, the reset, the reconnection, whatever it is that you want to call this time that we've been given or forced or offered, this shift, whatever you want to call it, it's important right now that we use this time to reconnect with our self-trust. And it's not easy. It's not easy to trust ourselves. It's really easy to get confused and to wonder, like, who's talking? Who is this information coming from? Is this me? Is this, source? Is this aliens? Is this another teacher that I've had? Is it something I've seen on TV or social media? Where is this information coming from? And so sometimes in order to really get clear and to trust, we do have to just turn everything off. We have to turn off the noise. And it's really hard, especially right now when maybe we can't keep ourselves busy with things that make us feel productive, like, work, jobs, etc. But I invite you to ask yourself, where is the doubt? Where does the doubt lie within you? Where do you struggle sometimes in trusting what you know or what you hear within yourself? And how can you clear some of that background noise? How can you clear some of that background noise to allow yourself space, to give yourself space to really listen and to really trust what you are receiving, to really listen and really trust what you are knowing and hearing, and allow this high frequency of light and energy that is available to us right now, I guess is a better way to say that. There's more light available right now, so allow yourself an opportunity to give that light some space to shine. One of the messages that came through this morning when I was in the records was that our shadows, they're not deep inside. So our shadows are not deep inside. Rather, our shadows or our traumas or our darkness or the parts of ourselves that we have a hard time looking at or have a hard time connecting to or forgiving or processing, whatever you want to call it, trusting, that they're not deep inside buried. It's not like our shadows live in a deep, dark hole and we have to dig them up. Our shadows are actually more like layers of skin. It's more like layers of snake skin. And when you think about doing shadow work, when you think about processing, struggles and traumas, because we have all been through some things, we have all made mistakes, we have all had traumas. We have all done horrible things. It's part of learning. It's part of the learning process. And when we're dealing with that, when we're allowing more light to shine on us, we're allowing more light to shine within us, we're slowly just peeling those layers away. It's like an exfoliation. It's like an exfoliation as opposed to a dig. I don't know. I've heard a lot in my past studies about shadow work. It's like digging down deep, right? Like digging down deep, getting into the shadow, getting down there. And that never felt very resonant for me. And then this morning when the all energies were like, it isn't a hole to dig. You aren't digging your shadow out of a hole. You're peeling layers off. You're peeling layers off. And those layers are your shadow. Those layers are your darkness. And those layers are the pieces of yourself that you need to face and you need to see and you need to welcome and love and accept. And then you can receive more light. And then the more light you receive, the easier it becomes to trust yourself. So the message this morning is, how can you turn off some of the chatter? How can you turn off some of the noise so that you can trust yourself more deeply? So that you can truly trust and not doubt yourself when you know something, when you feel something, when you believe something. What are the practices that you would like to use? What are the medicines that you would like to use? I invite you to take some time with that. And I will be, like I said, taking this whole next week. I'll have more. I'm going to post some more information today and tomorrow, and then I'm going to go quiet for a week, just because that is something that I need to do. I haven't posted yet about my integration of the dandelion message from last week, so I will have something on that coming too. It's been kind of an interesting one. It's I don't know. I feel like it's taken a little bit longer for me to really feel that integration piece. And again, maybe it's because there's just so much chatter right now. But I will be posting some of my own integration pieces on that in the next couple of days. And I will resume the collective readings after next week, unless I'm, instructed not to. But my plan is that taking this week off, getting recentered and quieting the other noise, and I'll come back. If you feel called to book a private or personal reading, I do still offer those. I will still be offering those. They're via Zoom or phone call, whatever you're more comfortable with. And you can book those through my website, which is CorinneHathaway.com/agape portal. So if you still want to get some information, from the other thing about the records that I love about the records is that it's not information coming from me. So when I open the records, whether it's for myself or for others, it's not information that I'm sharing. It's not something coming from me. It is channeling through me from what the energies I channel are called. They call themselves the all energies. I've heard them called many other things. Whatever resonates with you is great. Masters, teachers, and loved ones, guides, spirit guides come through. Sometimes angels come through. But here's the thing. They come through, and I'm just, as long as I'm taking care of myself, I can be a clear channel. So again, if you feel called to receive guidance or information for yourself based on your soul's blueprint, I do offer those private Akashic Records sessions, and I will still be offering those through this quiet week. So that is all I have for today for right now. Hopefully it wasn't too rambly, but I will look forward to connecting with you in the future. Love you lots. Namaste.